Oh, yes, I knew this news was going to happen somehow. It's a little late to bring up the news now, so I'm going to go ahead and actually talk about this, and that is Spider-Man coming to Marvel. Now, I think this is really exciting because I feel like that Sony was taking it way too much. Now, I'm not saying the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 was crap. They were fine. But I just feel like that Sony, when they own the whole thing, I feel like they took it too much with all the, how do we call it, product placement crap. And that really pissed me off, for one. I mean, for the original Spider-Man, it was fine. Honestly, it was fine. But for these, they were just, yeah, I guess. But I feel like they're going to do good for what they're supposed to do. So, we'll see. I feel like when they do this stuff, though, they need to make their story better. Because with the trailers, though, on the other hand, they showed it. And it really sucked to see it. So I feel like what they're gonna do, they gotta make it better. I hope. Honestly, I really hope. Now, with Spider-Man, are they gonna keep Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man? Honestly, probably not. I think they should because he is a great Spider-Man, but they're not going to because, Marvel is. They want it to be better, which is understandable, but they gotta understand what they want to do. And then when they want to do that, they gotta make sure what Spider-Man that they want it to be. And they're still looking. It's understandable. They got till like 2017 or 2018 or whenever to do this. So, in the meantime, they're just going to have to focus. Now, with that, are they going to make the story better? Or are they going to make it farther than what they did? Probably. Because I feel like Marvel did great, except with the third one, which I didn't mention it. I didn't get in my review yet because we got a long ways to go on my phone. I gave it a decent grade, but I said the problem was the script. So they gotta get the better people for this stuff. They gotta make the script. They gotta get a great director, producer, whatever they have, or any other stuff. They gotta do that. Otherwise, it's gonna mess up. So, honestly. Now, with that out of the way, is Sony still gonna take it too far? Because they're still part of it, and that's still a problem. But I feel like Marvel's gonna go, hey, you know what? Step back. Don't do too much product placement. None of that crap. So we're gonna do our part, and you can do your part. So Sony was just probably going, crap. Yeah, we're not doing well. Let's give it to Marvel. Let's give it to Marvel. They're gonna do well. They're totally gonna do well. I feel like they did that. So okay. Marvel, we're gonna give you Spider-Man if you help us or something. But really, if they were gonna do that, then that's not great, guys. You just suck. What I feel like Marvel got Spider-Man was probably the best news that I've heard probably in quite a while, and that's awesome to see that. I was so excited to actually talk about it now since I, got this on here. It's really great because, Spider-Man is one of my greatest heroes of all time. And I think that they're going to make it way better than mentioned. So I'm really excited to actually see that. But another thing that I gotta mention, and this is probably weird to mention it. How many movies are they going to go for? Are they going to make it another trilogy? Or are they going to make it a franchise? In my opinion, I think they should go for at least the 4 movies or something. Or 5. Because on the original, they were going to go for 4. But the script was so bad, Sam Raimi just gave up and boom, here's a reboot years later. And it just, I just didn't want that. But I feel like the script was so bad on the 4th, kind of glad it didn't go that far. So at least that's good. But I think Marvel should anticipate it more. They gotta get the greatest director or the best director they could find, and boom, put them on the screen. That's great. Now, another thing, who are the villains gonna be? They think that they have to get different villains. If they have to for the Amazing Spider-Man, if they have to put them in there somehow, then they have to. So, I really think, in my opinion, they should do it. They should just do it. So, we'll see what happens till then, but I feel like They got to go for it. But I don't know. So we're going to find out and see what happens, I guess. But another thing, and I feel like I got to mention this in the greatest way possible. What are they going to do with that story? I know I mentioned it twice, but they got to mention it better. If they're going to mention the story, or they're just going to start over and make it like the Sam Raimi thing. But that's what I'm worried about, is the freaking story. Because with the Amazing Spider-Man, they're just like, okay, we're going to mix things up a bit. We're going to change it up a bit. But I feel like it was good. But I feel like they took things a little too far. So we'll just see what happens. But other than that, that's probably all I have to say. I know it's a little late to talk about it, but I just wanted to talk about it because this is probably one of the best news I've heard in quite a while, and this is great to hear it. So let's do it, near future Spider-Man movies. You better do well. So if you like what I said, then that's good. And then that's fine. If you enjoy this news, like me, then that's great. But if you don't like it and you thought Sony should have kept it like the whole Sony, fine, whatever. If you want movies to be crap nowadays, then that's fine. But it's your guys' opinion. But this is my opinion, and I brought it up, so it happens. So everyone's talking about movies news, and all that other stuff, and that's really it. So thank you for listening, everybody, and goodbye.